Escaping the 9 to 5 is so achievable for every single one of you that watches this video. And by far, this is going to be one of the most important videos that I have created. I've got loads of points I want to go over to wake you up, because that is the core mission of this channel, is to wake you up and support you working towards a life by design. Freedom is so close, you have no idea, but you've been confused to what freedom really is. And many of you, as I see in the comments and people who reach out to me, you don't know what you want, you don't know how to obtain it, and it's far more simple than you actually may think. But the reason we've confused how we obtain freedom is because there's so much social noise on social media. And in this video, I really want to bring it down to the bare basics. Freedom's so close, but yet so far away because of what your belief system is and how you haven't adopted and evolved with the way things have changed. So in today's video, I'm going to break all of this down. I've got loads of notes behind the camera, by the way, so please sit here, take full note of what I'm saying, get a pen and paper if you need to, and I hope after this video you actually go away and implement some of the information in this video. Now, before I do get into it, I just want to say a massive thank you. I have hit 40,000 on YouTube. I'm feeling very overwhelmed, very blessed, and some of the just beautiful comments that I've had really mean a lot to me. So if you've ever watched a video, liked a video, subscribed, commented, got involved in this channel, I thank you so much, and I'm really excited to continue doing this journey because this is my way of giving back. So look, let's jump into it. AI, it's going nowhere, it's wiping out jobs. Please be aware of the competition that AI is creating. You either adopt it, integrate it, and learn it so that you can actually work with it. If you don't, it's going to wipe out your job. Uber, taxi drivers, if you work in a call center, if you're an accountant, a lawyer, an architect, it will even do medical roles eventually. I don't think people are taking it seriously, especially the older generation. AI is coming for most jobs. Elon Musk has confirmed it. You know, senior leaders in Google have sent out big emails which are publicly available. Don't quote me on the names of these individuals who sent the emails to like Google's 28,000 staff, whatever they've got, about get smart, get with AI, adopt it, otherwise you're out of a job, basically. You know, people have been pre-warned about AI and it is coming for your jobs. You can't run from it. Autonomy. We can live a life by design. That's like my whole motto now is, and my mission on YouTube is, you could escape your 9 to 5 job. You can. There is a process for getting out. Managing your money, learning about modern day business, creating a service or a product, a membership, coaching, monetize your hobby, your passion, replace your income. Don't focus on 10, 15, 20,000 pounds a month. Ignore the social distractions online. Ignore the marketing adverts that are constantly popping up on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok about business models. Forget about what other people say that you should start. Build something that you're going to love and you're going to be passionate about. But just remember, you only need to monetize that thing to replace your salary. So the freedom is so close, but for some of you, it's so far away because you don't know how to do it, or you're confused, or you've been blinded, or you're comparing yourself, you're looking for validation. So there's a mindset rewiring that needs to happen. Creating evergreen content. Now, I would say out of 100 comments I have on YouTube, I have 5. They show their insecurities, they hate on me, they talk about my neck tattoo, don't listen to this guy, why has he not got millions of pounds on Company's House, and they're so out of touch with what freedom really is. Let me just describe what freedom is for me, and maybe this resonates with you. I don't want a big company on Company's House. I have appointments on Company's House, but I don't have millions of pounds going through them. I don't have 30, 40, 50 employees. I don't want that. I want to be the one-man company that has autonomy, systems, evergreen content. We're going to talk a little bit later about profit and expenses versus profit and loss. I want to run a lean business model online, marketing through content creation, and I know many of you do, where you earn enough money to replace your job. You can scale at your own pace from the comfort of your own home because you're now remote. You can work off the phone and the laptop. You've adopted AI, you're working with it. You're using autonomy, you're using systems, you're building processes and VSOPs so that you never have to go back to a job. And eventually you work towards more the passive lifestyle, that you set things up with the processes and structure, and then you work less. You don't have to do 8, 10 hours a day, you really don't. I just want simplicity. I live on less and I invest the rest. Live humble, live frugally, ignore social media, and you can live a happy life. You don't need to wear materialistic things. And I'm not bothered about building a multi-million pound empire, having an office in Canary Wharf. That's not what business is about. And we're going to dive into a little bit of that. Now, profit and loss and profit expenditure. I say all the time in my videos, it's not about building a physical business anymore. To escape your job, you do want to build a service or a product or a membership, a SaaS type business, monthly reoccurring revenue through whatever type of business model, whether it is content creation full-time, whether you actually go to set up a small sole trading business. And look, just for the record, there's this whole thing where I've had comments before where people say, well, if you're going to have a business, you should have employees. No, that's not where we're at. We're in a day now where you can literally pick up a camera and your phone, create content, which is your marketing, create a free funnel going into a service or product, sell a program or a course. That's a good thing. We're in this really weird transition time where old school people, or those who have insecurities, or those who just default everyone a scammer, or if you're a content creator, you're a scammer influencer and you're just trying to con people out of money. No, that's where the world is going. Personal branding is everything. Richard Branson, Simon Squibb, Elon Musk, David Beckham, Grace Beverley. Everyone has a personal brand because people need to build trust with you. So in order for you to replace your job, you will need to build a service, a product, a membership, a course, a coaching program, you know, whatever it might be, writing books, e-learning. You'll have to sell something online because physical businesses are closing down because business rates are high, the interest rates with the banks, staffing costs, you know, being liable for lawsuits, you know, like businesses are closing down, physical ones. We need to move online and you need to work with AI. And if you learn, you can create what's called autonomy. And what I mean by that is sequencing, patterns, you know, processes, VSOPs. You can hire people on a freelance basis. You know, I had a debate with some guy who was like, well, you're not a business owner, Aaron, because you haven't got actual employed contracts, employees on employed contracts. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that liability. I love the fact that I'm so liquid in my movement in my business and my online brand that I don't have employed contractual agreements with staff. I work with solopreneurs who are freelance individuals who are building their own freelance and solopreneur businesses. That's the way that I like it. There's no tangible contract between me and them, and we get to choose whether we work together or not, but we're working towards the same vision. That is modern day business. So you don't need actual employees on contracts anymore. Now, the new world of business, I just want to go over this because this is one of my points. It's not risky. A job is riskier than building a business. So let's just clear this up. How do you build a business? Now, you work a full-time job, whether you've got a family or not, late nights, early mornings, you work the weekends. Yes, you work hard on yourself in the beginning. You have to put in every hour God gives you until you get to a point where you have replaced your income to at least 80%. And then it's about money management. Again, I go back to freedom is so close. So imagine this. You want to break out the 9 to 5. You want to stop working for someone else and you don't want to be working until 70 years old. So what you need to do is you need to manage your money. Get rid of all the expenses that you don't need. Live frugally. Stop worrying about what everyone else is buying and what they have, because you know nothing about them, you know nothing about how they got it. Become content with you and your family. What do you want? Think about it. If I ask you the question right now, I'm looking at you right now, what number do you need to make you and your family happy? Down to the pound and the penny. What number is that you need per month? So if you earn £1,900 per month in your 40-hour work week, I would imagine your life would become much more comfortable at £2,342. So go and build a service or product-based business that just generates that £2,300. You don't need £10,000 a month. It's too much money. You don't need that. So that's how close you are to freedom, to replacing your income. But yet you're so far away because you haven't understood the times that we live in, the opportunity. Becoming a content creator is so much more than just being an influencer. It's a brand. You're a marketer, you're a salesperson, you're building your dreams. We all need content creation, which leads me on to my next subject. Create, do not consume. The average doom scroller who sits in bed from 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. in the morning is scrolling for 3 hours a day. 7 days a week. That's 1,094 hours a year that people doom scroll on average as a minimum. That is 45 days and 12 hours that people are losing on average every year to doom scrolling, comparing yourself, looking for validation, not feeling good enough, developing mental health issues, procrastination, feeling disappointed with where they are, them and their families, that they're not enough, which leads to this just horrific cycle of feeling that you're not good enough, and the procrastination gets worse, and the disappointment and the depression and the anxiety and the panic attacks. You know, social media has two great sides to it. It can change your life, as it has done mine, or it can destroy you. Now, hard work does not get you anywhere. Let me quote 4 things here. If hard work got you somewhere, then the donkey would own the farm. I love that one. If hard work was a real thing, the donkey would own the farm. A good deed never goes unpunished. Hard work results in more work, and the horse that is willing to carry the heaviest load always gets the heaviest load. And finally, I'll give you a 5th one. They used to say hard work doesn't kill you. It does. There's truth in the fact that it actually does. It's one of the biggest killers, hard work. So again, when people come in my comments, and again, it's a very small amount, but when people say, don't listen to this guy, who is he to talk about it? What's this guy's experience? What's he done in his life to say that you can't work hard, and don't listen to him? Well, you do you and I'll do me. I continue to work smart. You don't need to work 8 to 10 hours a day. Do you realise there's truth in, if you get, and they did studies on this, if you give one person 10 tasks and tell them they have an hour to do it, and you give the same 10 tasks to the person who has a 10-hour shift, they will both do it in the shift allocated, because they believe that it will take that amount of time to do it. The person who has an hour will get a move on and just go boom, 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 boom. And the person who's been given 10 hours will be like, oh, I do a task every hour, and then I'll just drag it out. Both are true. So when you start working for yourself and you start operating in the modern world, you start thinking, okay, I've repeated myself a few times, took me that amount of time, I'll create a process or a VSOP or a prompt on ChatGPT. You work more efficiently. In my 20s, when I was escaping my job and I was, doing everything possible to replace my income, and I did through finance, I started to understand I didn't need to keep working 8 to 10 hours, which is when I started making some pretty big money in my 20s. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting out my job, and I've come to realize the whole, I don't need to work this 10-hour shift. And then you become very conscious about time. I'm so particular and specific, and just very conscious about where and who I spend my time with. All of this is possible. Like, freedom is so close. I went on holiday recently, as some of you might have seen on my posts that I did on YouTube about, I was in Tenerife, and it really hit me hard, this particular holiday. And we're just booking our next holiday. We're going to Disney very soon, and we're booking Sardinia and Rome. That blessing of not having to ask anyone when I go on holiday, simply because I've created this autonomy, evergreen. When you create YouTube, when you create TikTok, Instagram, and you get brand deals and sponsors, these are things that fall into autonomy and things that just happen, and then the compound effect. If you start putting yourself out there and you step outside your comfort zone, and you are consistent, and you niche, and you solve problems, and you are passionate about delivering a message and a promise to your viewers, aka customers, and you show up every day. There is a post that I did most recently on my TikTok, and I truly mean this, and I really hope this message, as we come to a close, inspires you. If you create content on TikTok and YouTube, and also Instagram for validation and generating clients, but more specifically, if you create content on TikTok and YouTube for 12 months straight, doing multiple videos every single week, you will never have to work a 9-to-5 job again, because so many opportunities will come your way, you will have no idea. It is like investing into a stocks and shares ISA, compounding every single week, every year after year, increasing the amount that you put into it. And the compound effect starts getting heavier and heavier. And by the time, you're 25, 35, 45, you'll look at your account and it would have significantly grown. It will be massive. It's the same with what you put in. Deliver value, show up, how-tos, tips and tricks, show your passion, show your energy, solve problems, build communities, put yourself out there, build a network. Look after your money, reduce your expenses, ignore social media distractions, do not doom scroll, block things that are not healthy for you, and create. And your life will change and you can escape the 9-to-5 wage slavery. This video is by far one of the most important if you've really listened to the deeper message. You can have a life by design and you can go on holiday with your family at any given moment without ever asking for permission. But you need to do everything and adopt and learn and educate. I want to give you 3 core pillars actually as we finish, and then I'll give you my 2 tutorials at the end. Get in shape. If you get to the gym, everything in your life will improve. That's number 1. Number 2, educate every single week. Read a book or listen to a book or podcasts, whatever it is, but learn. And then finally, get around winners. Change your social circle. You do those 3 things, everything else in your life eventually will fall into place and the light bulb moment will go off and everything will reveal itself, and then things start getting good. Fitness, education, and your network. At the end of this video, you will see my tutorial 1 and tutorial 2, how to quit your job and build an online business and what business models will replace your job. Go watch those, they'll blow your mind, and both those videos combined will get you out of a job within 12 months, I guarantee you. Until next time, please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you are going to do. I'm very passionate about this and I really want to see all of you do very well. I'm rooting for you. Until next time, peace out.